What up, y'all? Okay, so I just wanted to say this because, you know, this is something that, like I always say, I'm always gonna, like, be transparent about my walk with Christ and my journey. You know, I don't ever want to, like, I want to take y'all with me when it comes to, like, just my process of growth, you know. So speaking about relationships and dating and stuff like that, you know, I was just talking to myself and I was just like, you know, if you don't make it a practice of acting right, then it's easy to, you know, revert back to practicing acting up, you know, like doing the wrong things or whatever. And so, for instance, case in point, like, you know, I can be a lot, and I can also be a spoiled brat at times. And one of the things that I guess I can say being single has taught me is it's taught me to rely on the source, which is my God, which is my Father, or whatever. And so with that being said, when you rely on the Father, you know, God is all about your maturity. And, you know, the great thing about God is that he's God. So it's like you can't fool him, you can't juke him, you can't trick him, like he's God. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's not going to fall for the okie doke. And if he don't want to speak to you, he's not going to speak. And you have no choice but to just accept that. You know what I'm saying? Or like when you're going through something or whatever, he's not going to always run to your rescue in trying to save you. Like he's there. He's definitely watching you and he's definitely protecting you, but he's not going to necessarily come, like, you know, everything is like he's basically letting you go through your process because he wants, it's kind of like watching your baby take his first steps to walk. You don't want to help them. You want them to, like, do it themselves. You know what I'm saying? So God watches us so that we can, like, walk on our own or whatever. So anyways, one of the things that I'll say about, like I said, myself is I can be a lot and I can be a spoiled brat. And if I get in a, you know, in a situation, or if I get in a mindset of, like, relying too heavily on a person to satisfy me, then that's where I can go wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I rely on God, I feel the most mature because, like I said, God is focused on Nina maturing. But then when I try to focus on people, it's like I'm reverting back to my childlike ways, you know? So, when you get into a relationship with a person or whatever, and let's just say that, you know, you guys are, like, kind of going through the emotions of getting to know each other and, you know, really figuring each other out and, you know, all that good stuff. It's easy to be too dependent on that person to satisfy all your needs, and you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still have to be level-headed, you know? And I think the great thing about me being single is I'm not so focused on a person. I'm more so focused on God. So it's like, and I think now that I'm single and I've been walking with God, God has been, like, just kind of teaching me that, okay, like, you can't forget everything that I taught you once you get into a relationship, because then you're gonna, you know, you're gonna mess it up, Nina. You know, like, you're gonna mess it up. And, you know, so take what I have shown you and bring it into your next relationship or whatever. And basically what that means is you have to, the way that when you're single, your eyes and your affection are towards God, you need to bring that same attitude and mentality when you get in a relationship, your eyes still have to be on the prize, which is God. You know, because if you take your focus off of Christ, then what happens is you put your focus on your mate, and then you start to think you can make them into an idol very easily, because you guys are around each other a lot. He's always there, she's always there. So it's easy to like look to that person to be something that they're just not, and only God can be that. You know, you still have to, you know, take what God has shown you in your single phase and bring it into your phase of courtship and getting married or whatever, or dating, however you want to call it. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much all that I really wanted to say. You know, just making sure that when you guys, you know, when we get into relationships, and that's any relationship, that's friendships, whatever, you want to make sure that God is the center, you know, and the head of your life. Because if he's not, what ends up happening is, you know, once again, your focus is off, and then you start to act contrary to what God has called you to be, you know. So it's good that you're single right now. It's good. Okay, this guy is just driving crazy. It's good that you're single so that you can learn the importance of keeping God first in your life. Because if you keep him first now, you make a practice of keeping him first now, when someone else comes into your life, it'll be like second nature. Okay? And I'm new at this. I'm very fresh with, you know, having God be first in my life. So I'm still learning. I'm still, you know, going through the motions of, okay, I have to make sure that I keep my eyes on God. It's easy for me to get off track. It is, you know. So, you know, God is definitely showing me my weakness, that, Nina, when your eyes are not on me, you get off, you know. You're not walking in the ways that I have called you to walk, you know. So I hope that, you know, that I encourage someone out there, you know, to make sure you keep God first. Do not forget what God has taught you in your singleness, in your place of solitude. Don't forget, you know. Don't do all that you have done and it's done in vain, and you forget once you get somebody. Don't forget, because the reason why God had you set apart, or why he, you know, had you with him so closely, was so that you could take everything that he showed you into the next phases of your life and in the next relationships in your life. Apply it. So I love you guys, and y'all have a good evening. All right, bye.